Good afternoon. Bonjour, bienvenue, welcome to everyone. My name is Morag Humble. I'm the Gender Equality and Social Inclusion Advisor for the TAP EDM team. I work on as a specialist for gender equality and as well as a project director with Alinea International. I've been with Alinea for about 21 years and 20 years, I think. And I'll be your moderator today. So we've got a panel of speakers this afternoon who are all working as Canadian experts with the Technical Assistance Partnership Expert Deployment Mechanism. That's the TAP EDM project. And they are deployed to different countries around the world to help try and work with government partners in those countries to strengthen systems and processes in those government institutions, especially with attention to gender equality and social inclusion. So I wanted to start, especially since this week is National Reconciliation Week here in Canada, and this Saturday is the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation on September 30th. I'd like to acknowledge that our teams are located across the lands now known as Canada, and they're the traditional lands of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people who have stewarded these lands throughout generations. And we respect and affirm the inherent treaty rights of all Indigenous people across this land and commit to walking a path of solidarity and a path of genuine reconciliation. TAP EDM commits to ensuring that our teams conduct their programming in a manner that delivers on the calls of the United Nations Declarations on Indigenous People. And we're striving to implement these values every day in our work in developing meaningful and inclusive relationships with local communities in Canada and with local communities and partners in the countries where we work around the world. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about TAP EDM. The Technical Assistance Partnership Expert Deployment Mechanism is a 4-year, $18.75 million project funded by Global Affairs Canada that's implemented by Alinea International. And we provide short-term targeted technical assistance for periods up to 12 months to national government entities from eligible OECD DAC countries. And we work to enhance the capacity of national level institutions to manage policies and practices in a more gender responsive and inclusive way, promoting social, political, and economic opportunities in partner countries. And that all of these initiatives are aimed at also integrating and mainstreaming 3 cross-cutting themes in our project, which is gender equality and social inclusion, environment and climate action, and human rights and good governance. So the TAP EDM mechanism overall for the 4 years of the project is expected to provide over 200 Canadian professionals to support national government institutions through 75 or 80 technical assistance initiatives that are designed to address capacity gaps and bring about the changes desired by those government entities. So that's the project that we're working with. For our webinar today, we're focusing our discussion on how are we working and how is it to support countries in working to strengthen core central functions in government and to mainstream gender equality and social inclusion in those core central functions. So we're looking at some of the most powerful systems in government: planning systems, budgeting systems, procurement systems, human resource management systems, and policies and programs related to those systems. And we're trying we want to talk about with our experts here to get their experience in how are they going about the work, what kind of approaches are they using, why is it important to do the work that they're doing, and what kind of impact do they hope to have in this work. So we have a panel of 5 speakers today. We'll have a keynote address from our Canadian expert, Tracy Appel, and then we'll have 4 other speakers who are going to speak for a shorter period of time, but to talk about each of them, the way that they are working in their individual technical assistance initiatives. So I'd like to take the chance, we can take off the slide and just get each of the speakers briefly to introduce yourselves. And why don't I just go in the order that we'll be talking. So Tracy, why don't you start with a brief introduction, and we'll try and, guys, if you can keep it to 2 minutes, just to introduce yourself and what you're doing, and then we'll go back and you'll have longer to talk afterwards. Thanks.